News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
Good morning, Western Montana. Look like it's going to be a nice day out there today. It's August 25th. That means it's the first day of school for the University of Montana students. And I'm filling in for Peter this morning. My name's John King, and I'll be your host. First up, let's give our sponsor out the window here. Dig It Excavating's bringing you the news headlines this morning, and they've also been bringing you excellence to every job for 30 years. Give them a call at 214-4292 or visit them online at digitmontana.com. Now, coworkers, friends, and family members are searching for 21-year-old University of Montana student Lucius Robbie, who's still missing. NBC Montana reports that he was last seen in Banks, Idaho, and was on his way back to Missoula for the start of the semester. Friends say he planned on staying in Stanley, Idaho, to camp and possibly do some hiking. He is reportedly driving a green Subaru Outback with 2 orange kayaks strapped to the top. The car has California license plates numbered 6CC-P540. A missing persons alert has been put out in Boise and Custer counties in Idaho and also statewide in Montana. Anyone with information is asked to call the Custer County Sheriff's Department at 208-877-2232. And if you can't remember that phone number or all those details, you can view pictures of Robbie online and see a picture of his vehicle as well at our news site, which is newstalkkgvo.com. As classes begin this week at the University of Montana, Campus Police Chief Marty Ludeman wants students and visitors to know the policy on possession of weapons on campus.
Firearms on campus are not allowed in any classrooms or on campus itself as it pertains to students and or faculty. You can bring a weapon to campus, check it in with us, and we store them here at the police department.
Ludeman says the department takes in quite a collection of weapons throughout the year.
We check in bows and arrows, knives and swords, and crossbows we've taken in, and rifles, handguns, ammunition. We store ammunition for them also.
Did he say swords? I'm pretty sure he did. Campus Security also operates a program called Grizz Walk, offering escorts and rides across campus to students who may feel at risk or have special needs. Missoula emergency crews responded to a 911 call on Friday reporting the near drowning of a 3-year-old boy at Currents Water Park in Missoula. Aquatic supervisor Eric Seagrave explains what happened.
Lifeguard recognized that the boy was in over his head and in distress. The lifeguard entered the water and pulled him out. At that time, the boy was, his conscious level was intermittent, so he seemed conscious at one point, unconscious at another. They pulled him over to the side and tilted his head back just to make sure to open his airway, and the boy was breathing on his own and crying.
The boy was taken to the hospital where he was reported to be alert and breathing by the time emergency responders left. Mourners are still remembering a U.S. Marine Corps veteran and Cascade County Sheriff's deputy as a man who put faith, family, and service first. Joe Dunn was buried Thursday after memorial service attended by hundreds of law enforcement officers from across the state and as far away as North Dakota and Idaho. His widow, Robin Dunn, told those assembled at Four Seasons Arena that the 33-year-old deputy gave the community his all and his family even more. Dunn was killed August 14th when he was struck by a car during a police chase. During the memorial service for Dunn, Adam Sanchez Jr. appeared in court on a charge of deliberate homicide in the deputy's death. Prosecutors say Sanchez was high on methamphetamines and had deliberately swerved to strike Dunn. Joe Dunn grew up here in the city of Missoula, also worked at the jail here in town. He'll be missed. A Great Falls man, this is a related story here. A Great Falls man who prosecutors say was on drugs and intentionally swerved to hit Joe Dunn, Robert Sanchez, is charged with deliberate homicide in the August 14th death of Dunn. Sanchez remains jailed on $5 million bail. Sanchez pleaded guilty July 30th to 2 counts of criminal endangerment and an agreement that called for a probationary sentence. He was released from jail after 2 state charges filed in April were dismissed on July 31st. County Attorney John Parker says that a federal conviction of the dismissed charges would lead to a mandatory prison sentence. The Missoula County Attorney's Office has declined to press charges against Andrew Ivey, the man suspected of having a pipe bomb in his Spartan Drive home on Tuesday. Our news partners at NBC Montana report that the Missoula County Deputy County Attorney Sean Thomas told Missoula Justice Court that the 27-year-old Ivey was released from the Missoula County Jail on Thursday night due to a lack of evidence in the case. Missoula law enforcement evacuated several homes in the area last Tuesday, and the bomb squad used a special robot equipped with a disruptor to harmlessly dispose of the device. A woman who was also arrested, 40-year-old Shelley Turbill, remains in jail on probation violation. No one was injured in the incident. The Lake County Sheriff's Office has positively identified the body of a man found near Pablo as that of 69-year-old Bernard Carlson of Whitefish. Public Information Officer Karen Sargent says the body was found on Thursday.
A body was discovered in a field north of the intersection of Highway 93 and Light Road in Pablo. The body was recovered and sent to the crime lab. It was found next to a vehicle in the field.
Sargent said the investigation so far has ruled out any foul play in Carlson's death.
Foul play is not suspected. The cause of death is unknown at this time, pending the outcome of the medical examiner's investigation.
Carlson was reported missing last week. And the Missoula Fire Department was dispatched to a structure fire at 516.5 Toole Street at 5:46 Sunday morning. 3 engines, a truck company, a battalion chief, fire marshal, and inspector responded, along with the city police department and Missoula Emergency Services. Smoke and flames were pouring out of the storage unit in the complex. Crews were able to get to the fire and get it knocked down, but the fire then jumped to 2 other units, and crews had to use forcible entry to get into the spreading fire. Firefighters were able to lock the blaze down to just 3 units, but other units suffered from smoke and water damage. There were no injuries reported. The fire is still under investigation. Damage estimated at $10,000. A mentally disabled Colorado man accused of killing a Montana teacher is asking the state Supreme Court to reverse a lower judge's ruling that he is fit to stand trial. Michael Spell is charged with the attempted kidnapping and murder of Sydney High School teacher Sherry Arnold, who disappeared during a morning jog in January 2012. Lawyers for the 25-year-old Spell asked the state high court Friday to overrule District Judge Richard Simonton. The judge ruled in May that Spell's mental disabilities were mild enough that he could understand the case against him. Defense attorney Al Avignon says that in his petition that Spell is intellectually disabled, illiterate, and has difficulty understanding language and articulating thoughts. He says Spell would not be able to make decisions based on knowledge of the case. The worlds of education, business, and government were all represented on the dais at Friday's groundbreaking ceremony for the new Missoula College building on East Broadway. Joining University of Montana President Royce Engstrom on the cold, windswept stage were Montana Governor Steve Bullock, Commissioner of Higher Education Clayton Christian, Missoula College Dean Barry Good, Mayor John Engen, along with Asa Homan and Sarah Smith from ASUM. Governor Bullock spoke about the equalizing power of education.
It's no secret from my perspective that education is truly the great equalizer in our society. It doesn't matter from where we come, who our parents are. If given that opportunity for a solid education, the opportunities for anyone is unlimited.
Missoula Mayor John Engen said education provides an opportunity for anyone to succeed.
Fundamentally, we end up building a community where everybody has a chance, everybody has some hope, everybody has some opportunity, and everybody gets to live just a little bit easier.